guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really easy, fun, quick DIY for you using this little box here from Dollar Tree. So I picked this up at Dollar Tree for $1 and I actually picked up 3 of them. They're different sizes. I had hauled these before, but I was wondering what I could do with them and I kept brainstorming and I thought of one way to use this little box here. So what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be making a little picture box like this to put my picture in here, and it's going to be for like Veterans Day, or just to celebrate that my daughter and my son-in-law are in the military. So I'm going to be decorating this for that. So the supplies that I'm going to need are going to vary depending on what you want to use for yours. But I bought this pack here of little clips at Hobby Lobby. They were $3.99, but they were 50% off, so I picked it up for $2, $1.99. 2 of them are missing because I gave 2 of them to my daughter because she bought a frame at Hobby Lobby, and she's going to put 2 of these things on there for her dog's pictures. So that's why these 2 are missing. All right, and then I also bought, I don't know if I'm going to use these, but I'm going to show them to you guys anyways. I bought these stickers here. These were 50% off as well. These were $2.49, but they were $1.25 each. And as you guys can see, it says Army, and it has the combat boots, dog tags, a tanker, and all these things on there. And this one says, you know, freedom and brothers in arms and all this on here. So I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. I also picked up at Hobby Lobby their 4 sheets of scrapbook paper. They were 4 for $1, so 25 cents each. I picked up this one here, these stars. And I also picked up this one with the flags. And I like the way it looks. It just looks really pretty. And then for, not for this project, but I picked up 2 more. I like this one. It just looks really pretty. And then the last one I picked up this one for Halloween. And I do have something in mind for this one. So you kind of have to keep watching for that. So let's see. So that's the stuff that I'm going to be using for this box. Also, I have a little flag. You can buy these at Dollar Tree. I've had these for a long time. But I might use this. I might use some of these little foam stars that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Maybe some of this stuff that I picked up at Dollar Tree, the garland. This is from Dollar Tree. I've had this for a long time, so I'm going to recycle this and possibly use these. And then I have a couple of corks from wine. Then I also have this antique white from Apple Barrel paint that I'm going to be using. I picked this one up at not Dollar Tree. I picked this one up at Walmart. I don't remember. I think it was like 50 cents, something like that. So that is the paint that I'm going to be using. I have, as far as glue, I have a spray adhesive. I have a glue stick. I have a glue gun. I have scissors, the brushes to paint on glue and stuff. You know, just the regular stuff that you use when you craft. And I think that might be all that I'm going to use. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use. I also have some of these little lights in case I want to add lights to it. And these are from Dollar Tree as well. So we'll see if I use these. But anyway, let's just get started with this DIY. I just wanted to show you some of the supplies that I may use. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, all of these. But I have them here just in case. Oh, and I also have some foam board just in case. And as you guys can see, this is what I use for my Halloween boxes. But yeah, I might use some foam board too, just in case. And this is also from Dollar Tree. All right, so let me point you down and let's get started. All right, so what I'm going to do is I went ahead and I picked the scrapbook paper that I wanted to use. I think I'm going to be using this one with the flags. I like the way it looks. It looks really pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip it. And then I'm going to grab my box and then I'm just going to lay it on top. And I'm going to trace it. So once I trace it, I'm going to cut it and then I'm going to fit it to size to fit in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because you don't need to see me do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I cut my piece here. So here's another option. You can decorate the inside however you want, and you can also go ahead and cover the back if you wanted to, like this. And you know what? I think I may do that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cover the back of this little house with this, and then I'll cut another piece. And obviously you have to cut it smaller to fit in here. This won't fit in there, as you guys can see. So you just have to tweak it and cut it small enough to fit in there. You can also measure it with a measuring tape to figure out the measurements, and then use that to cut your paper to put in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my paper for in here, and then I'll be right back. So I have a suggestion. I hate measuring and I hate math. I suck at math. So if you're like me and you don't want to bother to measure and do all that, this is a little piece of tissue paper, the one that you use for your presents. I just cut a little piece off, and then I'm just going to go ahead and set it inside this little box here. And then lightly, I'm going to go ahead and try to get the shape with my fingers inside of the box, like this. And there I have my shape. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I'll just cut this out, stick it back in to make sure it's the correct size. And then I'll take this and put it onto my other paper and then cut it. And then I have the correct size for inside my little house. So I already cut my papers. Now I'm gonna say that you don't have to do it like I did. There's different ways of doing this. I'm just showing you my way. This is how I do things. So if you can come up with a better way, by all means, do it to cut your paper. So, all right. So now what I'm going to do is I don't want to leave this color of wood on my project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint it with this matte acrylic paint that is quick drying, easy cleanup, antique white, apple barrel. Number, does it say a number? 2055E. So that is right there if you want to see. This is the paint that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the sides of my little house, and then the inside here. I don't want to leave it this wood color, so I want to give it a little kind of like a whitewash effect, or maybe some dry brushing just to have some of this color. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some on my brush. Usually I have a little plate and I put my paint on there, but right now I don't have my plate. I didn't bring one. I forgot. I'm just going to roll with it, and I'm just going to start to paint it just like that. Ooh, that looks pretty. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference right there. It's just a subtle difference, not too much, but it's not at least that wood color. I don't know if you guys can see that. That looks really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and paint my frame inside here and outside, and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so there it is. It's painted. I don't know if you guys can tell. I did not paint the bottom. I just painted the sides on the top, inside, and then out here on the lip. I don't care if it got in the paper here, because that's going to be covered. So to get in the little grooves, I just use this little brush to get in those little grooves. And it's not, it's just very subtle. This paint is very subtle, so I like the way it looks. It's a little harder for me to see how it actually looks because it is kind of dark in here. Let me see. It just looks really farmhousey, you know, the way you can see little strokes here and there, and you can still see the grain here and there. So I like the way this looks. This might not be the look for you. Maybe you might want to do it a different color, or you might just want to leave it with its normal natural color. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference there. So now comes the attaching of the paper. This you can either use some adhesive, spray it, use a well ventilated area, or you can use a regular white glue and then just paint it on and then put your paper on there, or you can use some of this, you can use a glue stick. So that will be up to you. I might just do white glue. I don't have my white glue. I have to look for my white glue. And then I'm just going to paint it on, and then I'll put my paper right on top of there and smooth it out. I'll show you. Let me look for my glue. Well, it appears I don't have any white glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on here. I don't recommend using the glue gun. I mean, you can if you want, but then it's going to be, you're going to be able to see when it hardens the glue. So I might just even do this one right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray some adhesive inside here. Whew, it's getting on the camera. And then I'm going to stick that in here, and you got to work with it. Oh man, I hope it doesn't dry on me before I can get it all in here. Let me see. You guys, I think I made a mess here. It's all good. All right. That was quick. All right, so there it is. As you can see, I kind of missed a little bit here because it got the spray adhesive. It's really, I don't recommend using that if you, it gets really sticky really fast, and it gets the paper on there really quick, so it doesn't give you any leeway. So if you have white glue, just like regular school glue, I would recommend using that, because you guys can see right here, look, it went over, and right here it's a little gap here. So I needed the white glue. I just don't have any. I thought I did. So all right, so that's on there now. So on the back, I'm also going to do the back. You can take off this sticker if you would like. It doesn't really matter. And then, see, it just comes right off. There it is. Comes right off. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue the other one back here. But for that one, I think I'm just going to use maybe the glue stick. Make sure you get your edges really good if you're using the glue stick. I just wanted to show you guys with the glue stick. Did I get all that? All right, let me lay this guy down. Make sure you get all these little air bubbles out. There it is. Now, if you have little extras, as you can see right here, just go ahead and cut away. I just have a little bit down here, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. But there's the back of my box. There's the inside of my box. That's going to bother me. I might use a little X-Acto knife and maybe cut that off. Hopefully I can do that. But okay, I turned that around. There we are. Let me cut this little bit off here. Okay, there it is. So now it's on there. That looks pretty. So now comes the fun part. So now you can decorate inside the however you want. I was thinking using these guys here, and I was thinking of putting it right in here like this, and then putting my picture inside here. And then I might even put one back here. So if I want to turn it around and say change it up and maybe do one back here. But I won't worry about this right now. I'm going to worry about the inside first. So I was thinking of doing this guy there. And then you're probably wondering, what the heck am I going to do with these wine corks? So I'm going to turn these into little fireworks. So what I'm gonna do is you can either paint them. You can also put some scrapbook paper on here. I'm gonna paint one and see how it's gonna come out, because I'm gonna cut some of this and this will be the top of the firework, like if it's exploding. So I'm thinking maybe if I paint it, I might paint it all white, maybe add little stars on there. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this guy white. Let me show you guys. I'm just gonna put the paint right on top, just like that. And I'm doing it like that off antique white. And it'll probably take a couple coats of this, you guys, because you'll be able to see the words underneath. If you wanted to paint it, you don't have to paint it. You can just do scrapbook paper. So I'm gonna let the first layer dry, and then I'll come back and I'll hit it again. See? Sorry if I was off camera, but I just painted that color on. I'm gonna let it dry, come back and hit it with another coat. Let that dry there, you guys. So this cork right here took 3 coats of paint. I didn't paint the bottom, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be gluing this to the bottom, and the top doesn't really matter, but I just put 1 coat of paint on this one. This one is more like a rubber cork, and then this one is an actual like cork. So this one only took 2 coats. And so what I did, same thing, I didn't paint the bottom, and then just 1 coat at the top. These little stars, I just used Sharpies, and I just drew the Sharpies. With the Sharpies, I just made little stars on here. And then what I'm gonna do is I got some of this here. I use my wire cutters, and I cut a small little piece here, and go ahead and add glue to that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attach it right up here, like a little, wrong one, right here with a firework, like that. And I did end up cutting that little piece right here on the side, if you guys can see, because it was driving me crazy. So putting the glue right on top. And then, before it dries, I am sticking just push that down like that. See, little firework right there. We have plenty of corks. We have lots of corks. I love to drink wine. I'm a wine drinker. Not a wino, just a wine drinker. All right, so there is my little firecracker. I'm going to go ahead and decorate that one the same way. And then here, this is where it's going to be up to you, whatever you want to do with yours. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this. Look at how I did those fireworks. I like them laying down like that. And then I'm going to glue this guy. I'm not going to, you can put a screw right through here, but I'm just going to go ahead and glue it on here. I don't want to go through all that trouble of putting a screw in there. I'm just going to glue it with the glue gun there, like that. And then I'm going to glue these guys down like this. And then, let me show you guys what I'm thinking of doing. So I have not the foam board. I figured the foam board is too hard to cut for this project. So I had the other poster board. And so it's still strong enough to be able to, let's just say, I'm going to get like maybe these combat boots, put the sticker on here and then cut it out, and then maybe stand it up where my fireworks are at. And that way it'll stand straight, because if it's just the sticker, I can't do that. But if I put it on foam board, not foam board, I keep saying foam board. If I put it on poster board, it'll be able to stand, so I can glue it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and glue all this together. I just wanted to show you really quickly what I'm doing and explain really quickly how I'm doing this stuff. And then I'll come back and show you my finished product. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to show you what I did with my little shadow box. So this is what I came up with. I decided to leave it really neutral. I didn't want to add too much to it. I was going to add the flag and lights and all kinds of stuff, but I decided not to. I painted this. I like the way it came out. I put one of those stars there, the stickers right there. And this is my daughter at basic training. And so I put a decanter there just because it was basic training. And then there are my fireworks. I trimmed down the garland so it's not so much and looks, it was, if I didn't trim it, it would have overtaken this whole area. So I trimmed it down, if you guys can see. And then I just glued a star, one star. She hadn't earned her 3 stars yet. So I just put 1 star. I couldn't fit the other 2 in there. But I just did the 1. And this is the inside of my shadow box. And I didn't need to add the flag because the background has already flags. So I really like the way this came out. And then in the back is very, very simple. I just did a star again there on the clip. And then this is my daughter and my son-in-law. And then I just put down here, I serve my country. And that's it. That's all I did, you guys. It's very basic, very simple. I was going to do the combat boots, and I had actually glued the combat boots here. And my hubby goes, oh, you don't want to do that. Just having the combat boots there means that they have passed on. So I had them on here like this. So I was like, oh no, I said, I don't want to do that. So I took them off. But yeah, this is what I came up with in my little fireworks. I don't know, I was just thinking what I could put for fireworks. And then I saw my corkscrews there, or the corks from the wine. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to see if they work into, if I can turn them into fireworks. And it worked. So I'm so glad it did. But yeah, this is what I came up with. Very simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and you can always find ways to do yours. You may not like how I did mine, but this is how I did mine. I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY, and you guys try to make your own shadow box. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.